Guys, good morning. Today is Friday, April 17th, and I have a joke for you. Why don't big cats play games in the jungle? There's too many cheetahs. Get it? They won't play games because there's too many cheaters or cheetahs. It's a big cat pun. Anywho, whatever. There's my corny joke of the day. Now, speaking of our daily routines every day, today we're going to do our edition or our segment of Today in History. So today, looking back in history on April 17th, 1947, Jackie Robinson hits his very first major league hit. It was actually a bunt. It was his first ever major league hit. Little fun fact for you. All right, guys, I'm just going to jump right on into today's assignments. So first and foremost, let's talk about math. All right, so this week we've been talking all about three-dimensional figures, unit cubes, and how unit cubes can build into solid figures. Today, during my mini lesson, I'm going to teach you how can you use unit cubes to find the volume of a rectangular prism. So reminding you of that formula, when you multiply the length, the width, and the height of a solid figure, you can find the volume. So you're going to listen to my mini lesson. These are the worksheets that I'm using for my mini lesson today. And then you have a worksheet to complete. So you need to use the formula of length times width times height to find the volume. So let's look at number one. Number one has already been completed for you. So if you multiplied 5 is the length, 7 is the width, and 3 is the height. When you multiply 5 times 7 times 3, the product is 105. Please don't forget to include your units at the end. So it's not 105 bananas. It's not 105 cell phones. It's 105 cubic centimeters. Don't forget those units. And then you guys are going to notice for question number 5, Patrick asked this question on Wednesday, and it's the same case here, guys. I was unable to create a round text box, so you won't be able to input greater than, less than, or equal to. So please just put the volume in those boxes for me, and we'll call it even. All right. After math, you have your reading workshop assignment. Now listen, this is going to get a little tricky, so listen very carefully to my explicit directions. When you open up your reading workshop assignment, you're going to scroll down to page 2. Yes, page 2 has today's assignment. Notice the date. It says Friday, April 17th. So the first thing that you're going to do is click on the Jamboard link. This is going to bring you to the Jamboard you guys did on Wednesday. And then you're going to think about which one of these 4 topics do I want to learn more about. Now, for writing workshop, you guys chose one of these topics to write about. You can choose the same topic for reading as you did for writing workshop, or you can choose a totally different one to expand your knowledge, if you would like, for civil rights. So after you've chosen one of these topics for yourself to learn more about, here comes the tricky part. The direction says copy and paste this link into a new tab. So you can highlight it, hit Control-C to copy, open a new tab, and then Control-V. Okay? That's one way that you can access this folder. Or if you have a hard time doing that, just go to Google Classroom ELA, and underneath your reading and writing workshop assignments, you can just click right here, okay? The Civil Rights Movement folder for resources, okay? Now, once you're here, what you're going to want to do is, as you're going to be told in the mini lesson, today you'll be taking some notes on whatever topic you want to learn more about. So let's say, you know what? I want to learn more about the leaders of the civil rights movement. So when you go to that link that you just copied and pasted or that you clicked on through Google Classroom, you're going to want to open up the folder that is labeled leaders. Okay, so that's the topic I want to learn more about. So you want to double click that folder to open it up, and Mrs. Bowers, Mrs. Burrows, and Miss Halpurian, we put all these resources together for you so you can learn more about leaders of the civil rights movement. So Mrs. Bowers put together a Google slideshow, and I gave you guys the source. I got all of this information from a website called theroot.com. Sorry, I'm just waiting for it to load. My computer's been really slow. Okay. So, my slideshow that I created has a picture of a civil rights leader. I'm picking Dr. King because we know him the most. We know him the best. And there's a little blurb of information about him. Okay. So I'm going to take this new information that I'm learning about Dr. King, and I'm going to put it in my reading workshop assignment. Okay, so the resource name is going to be, where did you get this information from? I got this information from that slideshow. And did you notice on the very front page of my slideshow, I told you the resource was the root.com. Okay, that was the resource name. And then here's my note taking. I learned that the most well-known figure of the era, Martin Luther King Jr., was a pastor, activist, humanitarian, and leader of the civil rights movement. He is best known for using non-violent civil disobedience. So that's the information that I just learned, and I'm going to put it right here in my note-taking. Okay, so I want you guys to go into these folders today, and you're going to be clicking on the topic that you want to learn more about, and then just jotting some notes of things that you learned in your reading workshop assignment. Okay, so there's a folder on segregation. That's one topic. There's a folder on protests. That's another topic. Another topic is leaders and activists. And the fourth topic is freedom riders. Now you're going to see here there's another folder. This folder is where all of our read-alouds can be found. So the three texts that text right there in the middle, guys, about the Little Rock Nine, that's next week's read-aloud, just so you know. But we also included the books that we've been doing for Read Aloud if you want to revisit anything here, right? So if your topic is the Freedom Riders and you really liked the Freedom Riders text I read to you, you can open up this slideshow and revisit the book that I read to you this week for Read Aloud, and you can take notes off of anything you learned from this book. So if this is your source, then here your resource name is going to be obviously the title of the book, Freedom Riders. And then I just included that was from the book Freedom Riders. And then you want to take any notes that you found that you learned something new from the book. Okay. All right, guys. So after that, of course, you have your read aloud for today. So today's read aloud is the last read aloud of Freedom Riders. Today I'll be reading chapter 6. Your job today for chapter 6 is to The question says to describe the successes and the setbacks the Freedom Riders experienced. So a success meaning what's something good that came out of these Freedom Rides? And then a setback is something that wasn't so great that happened because of the Freedom Rides. So you can just do a quick sticky note, and you could do one success and one setback. Okay, it doesn't have to be a complete sentence. You can just label it number one, then name the success. Number two, what's a setback that they faced as well. Okay, guys? So since today is Friday, that means all of your assignments are due to me today. So you do not need to share the ReadAloud Jamboard because I can just go in it myself and see who did the ReadAlouds this week. All right? So if you didn't do the Post-it notes, sorry, I had to fix that. If you didn't do a Post-it for the ReadAlouds this week, you will be getting a grade of incomplete, meaning you didn't do it. Okay? I'm also going to need you to share your reading workshop assignment so I can see your note taking from today. And just so you know, guys, the Jamboards that you did on Monday and Wednesday, you don't have to share it to me because I have access to it. So I can just open it myself and I can see who did the Jamboard for reading workshop and who did not do the Jamboard for reading workshop. All right, so if you did not do your Jamboard on Monday or Wednesday, and you did not do the note taking for today, then you will be getting a grade of incomplete for reading this week. Also, math, when you finish your math assignment today on volume, please share it to me, okay? So listen, recap. You have math to do, reading workshop, and ReadAloud. Please share your reading workshop assignment. Please share your math assignment. Anything that you've done on Jamboard, I can see. You don't have to share to me. All right, guys. I will see you all at 11:30 today. And today we will be discussing your assignments for next week. Because next week, I'm going to make things a little bit more difficult with the amount of work that you'll be assigned next week. Okay, so please make sure that you tune in at 11:30 today for our live Google Meet. So hopefully I will see you guys all there. All right, guys, good luck. I'll talk to you soon.